Yeah, so we'll record this session just so that people who are otherwise at work or something um, don't feel like they've been disadvantaged, you know? What I was going to do was just have a look at the Moodle, the exam, and give you a sense of what to expect. Does that sound like an idea?
Yep, sounds great.
That works for me.
So we had week one was chapters 1, 2, and 3. Week two was chapters 4, 5, and 6. Week three, chapters 8, 9, and 10. And then week four is just 11 and 12, right?
Yes.
So the midterm exam is 50 questions and you'll have 105 minutes. So what is that? An hour and 45 minutes. And you only get one shot at it. And let me just have a look at quiz. Okay. Yeah. Preview. Let's preview this. Mesh. Oh. Okay. Hang on with me one sec, okay? Edit. Edit the quiz. Okay. So the midterm exam is exactly the same test bank as the quizzes.
Okay.
So, I mean, you'll get randomly selected questions like you do with the quizzes, right? You take the quizzes a few times and you get different questions, right?
Yes.
So the midterm is exactly the same test bank. You probably won't get the same questions, but same material. So, and I just have chosen like 4 or 5 questions from each chapter. So it's 50 questions and you have an hour and 45 minutes. Do you guys have specific questions?
I did not necessarily know.
I had one just on the relationship between type 1 and type 2 error. I had a little difficulty with that on the last quiz. What is their relationship like when type 1 error goes down? Is that increase type 2 error? I was just trying to understand that a little better.
Sure, yeah. Let's see if I can find it in the book so I don't have to reinvent the wheel for you.
I think that's chapter 9. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, type 1 and 2 errors. So there's this famous chart, accept the null and the null is true, accept the null and the null is Table 9.1. So the, hi, Megan. Do you
Sorry
guys
about
have,
that.
you guys have video?
I do. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Hold on.
You look like you're working.
I am in my office right now, but I am the only one here. So
That works
All right.
out then.
So the level of significance is the probability of making a type 1 error when the null hypothesis is true. So if we had a distribution, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it for you. Maybe I could do this and share a picture. So what if I had this distribution, right?
Mhm.
So we're talking about you're going to reject anything that's past your t-value or your z-score, whatever you may have, right? This is a rejection. And this is a do not reject in this area. Yeah. So if this was 5% or 1% or 10%, do you see the distinction? So as you move from 10 down to 1, you're increasing the strength of the test, right? You're less likely to falsely reject, right? Because your rejection area over here is smaller. So if you were looking at that table 9.1, the idea is that you're, depending on your level of significance, is how strong or how likely you are to make a type 2 error or a type 1 error. Yeah? So for example, if your alpha was 10, right, 10%, so the conclusion that you accept the null hypothesis, but the alternative hypothesis is true, in other words, you make a type 2 error, is greater. That makes sense? Whereas if you had a stronger test like 1% significance, the chances of doing that are less. So what I'm saying is that your the strength of your test or the alpha that you choose is what's going to characterize whether you make a type 1 or a type 2 error.
Okay.
Because this area is much smaller here than this whole area.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did that help?
Yeah, that helped. Thank you.
Oh, good. Megan, all I was saying to the other guys before you joined was I just said that the exam would be drawn straight from the exact same questions as the quizzes have been taken from.
Okay.
So each 15 question quiz, I think I draw from 75 questions or something.
Okay.
So, you always get different ones, but the gist of it is the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been using those primarily for review. I did have a question on the type 1 and type 2, so that answered that. The only question I really have is just in regards to verbiage on the quiz and the tests with the alternative being true as opposed to the alternative not being rejected. If you're using the verbiage alternative not true, can we assume that it falls into that category of not rejected as opposed to establishing truth in it?
Well, we're never saying really that it's true. We're saying that we failed to reject.
Yeah, so one of the questions was if the null hypothesis is rejected, and then the correct answer is the alternative hypothesis is true in the quiz. And it was one I got wrong because I, from the study so far, assumed that we were just avoiding the using the verbiage of true, but just for the purposes of the test, we can say that.
Yeah, this is a real problem, right? We've had problems with these questions all through the course, haven't we? Where, they're incorrectly marked incorrect,
Yeah.
or and I can only say that I think it's because some grad students have written the answers to the quizzes, and maybe they're not some days as sharp as they are on other days. So, if you see stuff like that, let me know and I'll try and go in and change it
Yeah,
and
will
give you
do.
points, of course,
Yeah, will do. I think that was the only thing immediately. Is there any additional advice you can pass on about studying? I mean, I've just been going through and trying to do the practice examples in the textbook.
Yeah, no, that's all, like I say, I mean, there's no secret. It's not like I'm out to get you or that I'm gonna manufacture some new kind of question. They're all the same. They just come from the book, and
Okay.
you got the book and you got the PowerPoints. Have you watched any of the videos I made?
I have, yeah. Yep, I've been going through those. Those have been very helpful.
So massively boring to make those videos.
I think it would be an absolute superhuman power if you made statistics fun, to be honest.
Agreed.
So the only thing about the midterm is that you only get one shot and you only have 105 minutes. So you've been taking these quizzes and they're 15 questions in 45 minutes or 3 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
On the midterm, it'll be 50 questions in 105 minutes, so a little bit more than 2 minutes apiece. Yeah, we got to make it a little challenging, right?
The practice quiz was
you know?
incredibly helpful, by the way.
The practice quiz?
Yeah, for this week, having the addition of that prior to the midterm.
Daryl asked to do that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, why not? That's a great idea,
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, I think I got all my questions, the few that I had, answered very briefly. So I'm actually going to hop off now if that's okay with everyone. But it was nice to get some FaceTime, and good luck on the quiz, guys.
Good luck.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Presum.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How about you guys? Any other questions?
All mine were answered there. I didn't even think about the hypothesis one, but she brought that up. That was good to have clarification on that. I'm pretty good, I think.
Okay. Jonathan, you're cool?
Yep, I'm good, Professor. Thank you.
All right, man. So, good luck. And I think it's open like from tonight midnight until Sunday midnight or something.
I think it's tomorrow midnight till Sunday midnight, 11:45ish.
Right, 11:45, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, good luck, man.
All right. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you
Bob.
for this, Professor.
Appreciate it.